wrecking crew was the focal point of the music. They were the ones with all the spirit and all the know-how, especially for rock and roll music.
In the hardcore producing area, everybody knew what went on there. I mean, everybody knew that the best musicians played on all the sessions, but we as the general public didn't know. I had no idea that certain people didn't play their own records until the Monkees came along.
The Wrecking Crew is a story about the session musicians in Los Angeles, the studio players that did all the rock and roll in like 1960s, 67. They worked with the Beach Boys, the Janadines, the Sinatras, Phil Spector. They were at Phil Spector's Wall of Sound, and it went on forever. One of the session players was my father, Denny Tedesco, guitar player. And I started this about 1995 when my father he had cancer, and I knew I better record his history. So that's when I started the film.
He got into doing seminars, and that's what he really enjoyed. He was flying around the country, and he arranged his seminars on weekends so that he could be home during the week in case there was any calls.
Let me give you what I call the creative studio guitar player. About a year ago, I got the call to do a John Denver special. It was John Denver in Mexico, and they wanted he was on a fishing vessel, and they wanted some Mexican music, so I gave him this. Got a call to Charlie's Angels. They were in Puerto Rico. They wanted Puerto Rican music, so I gave them this. Starsky and Hutch was in a big revolt in Bolivia on one show. They wanted Bolivian music.
Oh, he would have been in tears. My father would have been in tears if he'd been around to see this. Unfortunately, the biggest drag and biggest regret is I didn't cut anything while he was alive. I got footage of him, and he's the star in the film for me, obviously, but he would have been blown away, because all the musicians are blown away.
Lee and I have been friends forever, and he said, I got this song I'm working on, and I want the guitar to play this, and showed me, because there's a little bit more to it than just banging on an E chord, which is what most people do. There's more to it than that. He said, I want you to do this on this song, and he sang the song and played the rhythm guitar lick, and I went, well, that's cute, little suspecting it was going to be huge.
That's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Lee didn't want me to do the song. I kept saying, I want to do that boots thing, that one about the boots. And he said, nah, it's not a girl's song. I said, well, it's certainly not a guy's song. He used to sing it live in his performances. And I said, it's wrong for a man to sing it. It's harsh and abusive. But it's perfect for a little girl to sing.
Start walking.
The biggest fear ever is to wonder if anybody's going to come to your birthday party. And when I found out this sold out, I was like, oh, thank God. Then it was like, then you worry about, uh-oh, there's other things. Will the tape break? Will people really get it? And once it started, and I was bouncing between theaters, that was the fun part, is watching two different audiences. And I was so into them, getting into it. And I was just telling one of the musicians, as a filmmaker, I don't get this opportunity because I produce commercials. Not many people get off on commercials. So to sit there and watch an audience just applaud and stand up for these musicians, gave them a standing ovation. It's so beautiful. I loved it. They were wonderful to these people. Nashville is an unbelievable place. This festival is an unbelievable festival. I mean, for me, it's going to be very difficult to go to another festival. Stacy Weiletz, the producer of this production, decided, well, let's have a party, and we're going to bring some of the Wrecking Crew in. And they brought Mike Dacey, one of the great guitar players, Don Randy, a phenomenal piano player. Who else is Lyle Rich, the great bass player, and another fine player is Al DeLore, who lives here. They all came together. They're going to be playing with some of the great Nashville greats, as well as Al Cooper, the legendary Al Cooper. So right now the music in the background, as you'll hear, is just the warm-up. It's going to get crazy soon. There was a point, someone said to me, and I think I might be quoting John Sayles actually, who said it to a friend. There's a point when you get in your project where you have to finish it, that you cannot finish it. And my feeling is, yes, it took 12 years. My film would not have been as good as it is now if I finished in 2, 5, or even 8 years, even 10 years. I was still onlining last week to make it better here. You can't give up. Finish it. Just keep shooting. The other thing is, if it's documentaries, just shoot. Don't be fearful of your technology. It's too easy not to record history. When I started this, I started in 16 millimeter. The biggest mistake I had is not shoot more in 8 millimeter. It could have been any kind of format I should have been shooting. I lost my father. I could have had more of him. And even if you were going to record your parents' history, your grandparents' history, it might not be for a film. Record it. How cool would it be to find out what your parents or your great-grandparents thought about the turn of the century? You know, it's too easy. Just struggle through it and you'll make it.